Okay, I have officially reached Tulum. I'm really excited. My hotel is really cute, but I'm tired. I've been traveling all day, so I'm really excited to get some food in my system. Hey travelers, welcome to Trippin' with Amadi. If you're new to my channel, I revisit some of my fun and exciting times during my travel while I help you out on yours. In today's video, I am talking about how to get in and out of Tulum. Alright, and we're gonna get right into it right now. I went to Tulum for my birthday early June. I enjoyed being in the actual town, whether it was Pueblo, which is Tulum town, or Tulum Beach. But getting there was a headache, and I'm gonna tell you why. I was foolish and I said, I'm not going to drive. I'm not going to get the car. I want to be cost effective, and I also don't feel comfortable driving in another country. But if you take any suggestion out of this video, please, 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 please take the suggestion and get a car. I promise it's going to be simpler, it's going to be easier, and it's going to give you less of a headache. But if you're like me and you don't feel comfortable driving in another country, I will not shame you. I totally understand. Comment below if you've never driven in another country and you feel a little bit uncomfortable like I do. Here are some suggestions and or some ways to get to Tulum. So first things first, how do you get to Tulum? What airport is the closest to Tulum? And the closest airport to Tulum is Cancun. So because Cancun is a very poppin' airport, you're gonna see a lot of transportation options. And the three transportation options, once again, renting a car, but the other two is taking a shuttle or taking a taxi. So taking a taxi is going to cost around 120 to 200 American dollars. And I'm not really good with conversion, so whatever that is in pesos, do the math, add it down in the chat. Help me out here, and I'll pin it for you. But if you don't want to get a car or get a taxi, your third option will be taking a shuttle and or a bus. And what that means is there are stops along the way. When you're talking about shuttles, there might be stops along the way of actual resorts. If you're talking about buses, they're going to stop you at a bus stop. The cheapest way to do this was Aldo, A-D-O, which is a bus company that stops in Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. So I took Aldo, and it was a journey. It was a traveling journey, y'all. It took around 2.5 hours to get from Cancun to get to the station, the bus station in Tulum, and then I took a taxi because I wasn't really confident of just walking the rest of the way to my hotel, and that's perfectly fine as well. But here's the caveat. On my way back, I made the assumption of like, yeah, I'm going to take this Aldo bus from Tulum to Cancun, no problem. There was a problem. So because there's not a lot of frequent customers going from Cancun to Tulum taking this Aldo bus, they don't start services until 11:30, 12 o'clock.
11:30, 12 o'clock.
My flight was at like 2 o'clock, so I wanted to get there at like 12 o'clock. I was making moves and I was making plans around 9:30. So I think I got to the bus station around 9:30, and that meant that there was no bus available to get me from Tulum to Cancun. So what I had to do is I had to go from Tulum, then to Playa del Carmen, and then hop on another Aldo bus that will get me to Cancun. So it was very hectic, and there was also a situation in terms of a COVID check, questionnaire, a health questionnaire, rather, for me to get past security. So that was a whole thing, and that was a language barrier, and it was tough and annoying, and I thought I almost might miss my flight. So I was really stressed out about that. In terms of prices, going from Tulum to Cancun, it can be highway robbery because a lot of the cab drivers know there's not a lot of options outside of driving and outside of those bus schedules to get you out of Tulum to get to your airport. So they can charge you $250, $300 just to get to the airport. So the cheapest way is going to be a bus. The most efficient way is going to be a car. If you have money to burn, go ahead and go take that cab ride. But those are my suggestions and that's my experience. If you have any questions about Tulum and or my experience getting in and out of Tulum, don't forget to comment on the bottom. If you're interested in any of my other videos, I will put my card of my top 5 favorite things that I did in Tulum and Mexico City right there. And I'll also put my video that I'm gonna put up next about the seaweed problem in Tulum. So that's gonna be coming up next week. So don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you know when I'm putting up my next video. Bye you all.